All right, YouTube, 106 Falconer. I figured be a nice day to have a little fireside chat about freaking boots. What a pain in the ass boot buying is. I actually prefer having to go to the store and rifling through 11,000 different feminine hygiene products than it is trying to find a freaking pair of boots that's going to work. I miss the old days where, you'd have your little canvas freaking Converse sneakers and you just throw some over boots on and your parents would kick you out of the house and say, don't come back till the freaking sun goes down. Or then you might be lucky enough to get a pair of pack boots and you'd freaking throw on like 8,000 pairs of socks and bread bags because they always leaked. And that was it. Everybody had the same shit. Now, these freaking boots, what a pain in the ass. Although I am a DRYSHOD fan, but why don't they make a boot that everyone has the same tread pattern and you have either non-insulated, insulated, or heavily insulated? It's driving me freaking insane. But I've been rocking these Arctic Storms here since November. During this time of year, this weather, I walk about 30 miles a week, 35 miles. So these boots here, I got a couple hundred miles on these. It's February 16th now, and I got these in November, like around the 1st of November. And as you can see, the tread is holding up quite nicely because I'm off-road, on-road, everything in between. These Arctic Storms, the only time my feet have gotten cold in them things is when I was standing on some cold concrete, just standing around, and the freaking heat just wicks right out of there. But other than that, I mean, they're freaking awesome boot. If you're off-roading out in the woods and stuff, this tread pattern is incredible. You get incredible gription. But if you're on ice, forget about it. Unless you have cat-like reflexes like I do, you're gonna crack your head open, face plant, some shit. That or like a flatbed, aluminum bed, wet, wintertime. If you're trying to work on one of them things with these boots on, forget about it, man. My big bobbies are really good for that kind of stuff because, as you can see, the tread is totally different, so you get more surface contact. The problem with the tread on these is if you're out back in the woods, you have virtually no lateral grip. I mean, you can go forward all freaking day long, but if you're on the side of a hill walking, your freaking feet slide, which becomes rather annoying, especially if your knees are screwed up like mine are. Let's see. Oh, the big bobbies, they're a big boot. They're a wide boot. So with these, to really feel comfortable, you got to wear heavy socks, like wool socks or something. Then your feet are in there nice and snug. The Arctic Storms are true to size, so you just wear whatever tube socks you're wearing, and bam, good to go. I've yet to use a pair of wool socks in the Arctic Storms because, number one, they'd be too tight, and number two, they keep your feet warm just with regular freaking socks on, so no sense in doing that. Price-wise, now this is the Arctic Storm because I wanted to talk about the Arctic Storm. Big Bobbies, I already did another review on them. Both freaking excellent boots, but for Pete's sakes, man, just stick to one. I had a pair of Irish setters that my three boys bought me years ago. It was like 20,000 gigawatts of Thinsulate, heavy freaking boots, lacing up boots, tall boots. They had like a Vibram style tread on there, and it worked good in all situations. I mean, and I wore them things for like 10 freaking years. I had to stop wearing them because they were cracked and leaking, and so then I went into the slip-ons, more out of convenience than anything else, because it's a pain in the ass to freaking lace up a freaking tall boot. But then again, you get a tall slip-on. If you're like me, you've got bad knees, bad back, this and that. These things are a pain in the ass. I mean, you get them on fine, but if you're going in and out of your house or something, I mean, my old lady's like, take your boots off, take your boots off. And I'm like, what? It's just a little bit of freaking snow, you know? I mean, not even that much, just a couple little drops. But so I like these Arctic Storms so much that I wanted to get a pair of shorties, like these DRYSHOD sod busters. These are non-insulated. These are like, you know, screwing around in the garden type boots or whatever, you know. But they only offer the Arctic Storm. I don't know about the big bobbies. Arctic Storm, this is the tall, and then they offer a mid, which is about 3 inches lower than this boot here. I was looking for something, you know, like I said, like these. Unfortunately, that's not possible. But if you're in the market, if you need some freaking boots, if you're trekking around, as long as you got snowpack and you're not working on anything slippery and wet, these freaking boots are awesome. Like I say, the only time I got cold was standing on cold ass concrete, just standing there. If you're chugging along, moving, no problem. Check your prices when you go shopping these things. The store I shop at, little Amish store, I got these Arctic Storms, and here in Western New York, we're like 8.5% tax, sales tax, some crap like that. I got these boots here for $95 cash out the door. That was it. That's tax included. Then I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, me and the wife were out of town, and there was a DRYSHOD dealer. We stopped in there. Well, it was a Western apparel store or whatnot, blah blah blah. They sold DRYSHODs. They had the Arctic Storms there, $155 plus tax. So when you add that 8% or 8.25, 8.5, whatever it is, you know, I could walk away with 2 pair of these from the Amish shop for the price of 1 pair at the other store. So check your price. But if you're looking for a good freaking boot, these Arctic Storms are, I got 0 complaints, other than you have to use them in the right situation. If you're working on a, you know, like I say, if you're icy, if, you know, whatever, you want something with a little more freaking footprint on the ground so you don't slip and bust your ass. But these DRYSHOD Arctic Storms, I'm sure they got, the problem is they got so damn many boots to choose from that I'm sure there's one of their boots would offer an all-around tread pattern that's good for, but I mean, you get that with muck boots, anything now, anything. There's just too damn many freaking choices. So, but if you're looking for your feet to stay warm, as long as you're not working on, you know, like a freaking flatbed tow truck or some shit like that, these freaking Arctic Storms, man, they're freaking awesome. Big bobbies are awesome too, because you can put on thicker socks and you get better grip. But if you're chugging along through the woods and hilly terrain, you want something different than these. So pick your poison, but these Arctic Storms are, I got zero complaints. I have 0 complaints with any of the DRYSHOD footwear, other than the fact that you got to have like 8,000 different pairs and you got to, like, you know, this boot is for going uphill, this boot's for going downhill, this boot's for, you know, Give me a freaking break. Anyways, that's it. The Arctic Storms, they're all made in China, unfortunately. But hey, it is what it is. So that's it. See ya, bitches.